Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the X-Play Fans channel, here to give you a quick taste of 20XX. That is correct, 20XX. It's kind of a joke from the Mega Man games where the year was never actually given. It was 20XX, which could be any number. Anyways, it is, as you can see, a very deeply Mega Man inspired game. It has Rogue Lite elements as well as a bit of random generation in levels. Of course, with that, there is the weirdness of random generation of, hey, there's a pathway that leads to nothing, so you got to kind of semi-loop around. Right now, I'm in the hub area. As you can see on the right here, the challenges, you have your daily challenge, your daily hardcore challenge, your weekly challenge, weekly hardcore, and then you got your rush, and then speed runs, and then rush, which is a boss rush. Right now, I am playing the essentially Zero character. His name is Ace. The main lady is Nina, and she's essentially X. Just beep beep you, charge up, all that kind of fun stuff. So the main mode of this game is essentially, hey, just play, and it's actually, it does not have a set boss order. It's random what it will give you. If you're wondering about the cat, I bought him as a permanent upgrade. He brings me goodies. Talking about that, you have your, as like the Rogue Lite stuff, you have your permanent upgrades, which are applied to you. As you can see in the upper left, I have actually bought the upgrades that will allow me to have more health. It's not actually active here for some reason. That's weird. I'm guessing it'll start at the beginning of the next level. Item unlocks. There's a chance that these will show up in a future run, and then I can be like, hey, I wanna start with this extra little bit of health. These cost soul chips, which drop at random throughout the levels, usually from stronger enemies and usually at the end of a level. So we're gonna go ahead and do a run. We're gonna do normal difficulty. I'm gonna talk about the game. I'm gonna disclose I loved the Mega Man X games. As you can see, the top left. Oh, hold on, go away. You can see the top left. It boosted my health because I have my stuff activated. So it has kicked me into a semi-randomly generated levels. From what I understand, it's actually done in blocks kind of thing. So there won't be ever a hard lockout of an area, so you won't be able to progress. So of course, it's got the normal Mega Man jump / charge, hold A for longer jump, wall jumps, and then if you hold right trigger, you're doing a dash, and of course, if you hold it, you're already just given extra mobility. So as a Mega Man player, I have usually just never am not holding that button. So this is the ice level, I believe, and I think the boss of this level is a giant head on a wall. There's of course the token, hey, fire dude, and token like all kinds of just normal Mega Man weirdness just radiates through this, but in a good way. Unlike other Mega Man games, I have found the bosses insanely easy, mostly because they are designed to be done in any order. These little rooms here are, you go into them and you can quickly dispatch the enemies and you get goodies. But I have found for the bosses do seem to kind of ramp up in difficulty as you go on. When I was in the boss rush mode, the very last one did a crazy little thing where he split into little dudes and it just got harder and harder the more there were. So at the end of these, you actually have upgrades for your armor. So this will actually let me dash while in the air. And I believe there are specific looking ones for each of the characters. All right, so this is a stronger enemy. He will drop soul chips, boop, and then when I die, I will respend those. The farthest I have gotten here via the main game as I've got to the third area, and then usually I just die during the level because I feel like they're getting slowly longer and more complex. So this is a boss that actually shows up in a few different areas. He kind of just latches onto you and you gotta kill him or go behind those little, I think, electrical bee shields. Who knows? I don't know. I'm enjoying this. It's fun as hell. It reminds me so much of Mega Man. Everything feels like the creators just love the hell out of Mega Man. And what's not to love? One of the things I really enjoy is when we go to this boss. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. A lot of the times before the boss, you'll have these little things where you can convert at the bottom left, you get bolts, you can convert them. If you see at the bottom left, there's a counter. If I can beat the game level before the counter goes down, I will get a bonus. All right, so This is something I really look how beat up he looks. In all the Mega Man games, all the bosses looked like super pristine and everything like that. Like, oh, hey, for some reason, we are super clean and pristine. I like that these things are all busted. You probably noticed right here, my body's right there. That's actually where I died last time. So I encountered this guy the 3rd time, I believe, here. And I didn't make it. But I have noticed for these earlier bosses, I think about the first 2, you can essentially just run up and just... At least for this guy, I favor him a lot because I feel like he does a lot of damage. One of his upgrades for his main weapon, which is the sword right now, can be an axe. It can be like a sort of a spear thing. The girl gets like there's a whole bunch of assortments for like your entire body, like head, chest, arms, modifier for your legs, for your weapons. It's great. So we're gonna go over here with B and just be like, no, don't think about it too much. That was one of my upgrades I had on him earlier. So at least I get that if I find him. Get that. So like all the bosses will always draw some chest. It will have some health in it, bolts in it. So now this is the interesting part of the game. So I can go in here and be like, hey, do I want to take his weapon? We'll let you know that this weapon will be the same on this character and the other character. There's no specific like charge up attack sword. We're going to take it. So on the girl, it'll also just be that. So this is my going fast bonus, and this is my bonus for just kind of finishing. So here's another fun part. I can now go and pick who I want to fight. So I actually know this character. I've fought him. I've never fought this one. No, I have. Those are the twins. But I do like the ability to pick your character. But this is it. The areas are very much do look different. They do have the weird kind of samey look feel, if that makes sense. But I think that's mostly because of the random generation and the continuation of you won't always see these levels in the exact same rotation or exactly the same. So remember my kitty buddy? There he is. He's gonna give me something. Hey buddy. Oh no, I've doomed myself. So I actually had an issue one time with the random generation where I followed a path to the bottom of a, let's say, hallway. And well, that's just me doing terrible jumping. And it was just, all there was were these spiny things at the end of it. I couldn't go anywhere, so I had to backtrack. So what did he bring me? Oh, he just brought me some health. Cool. His next upgrade will make it so he'll appear at my 4th level. Once in a while, you'll see these little areas that kind of split off. At the end of them are usually a box of goodies. And it's not an instant death. Spikes aren't instant death. But in all honesty, I'm enjoying the hell out of this game. Reminds me so much of the X games. I never was in the original Mega Man games, but X, so much so I loved it. So since that guy was slightly stronger, I got some goodies from him. Also, there's like encyclopedias of stuff in it, but a lot of games have them, and I'm always a sucker for it. So I know from playing this level before, or playing this boss before, spoiler, I've actually seen all the bosses. They're all actually pretty good. And they all have that kind of like, when they kind of show themselves off, also have that beat up, like messed up look to them, which I think is a good look. I think it's really cool that they put the extra effort in to make them look like haggard and worn kind of thing. So this is another kind of currency you can get. You get a token, and you can roll the thing. This is the scrap recycler. You're essentially just going and buying a perk. So charging up boost your next attack too. Of course, always go for more health. Let's get this. It changes my, like, if you can see now, my character looks different. So we can buy that, and we can buy that, and we can buy no health. Look at them, all haggard and all wrinkly. So since I have that boost, or that weapon from last time, that should be able to just kind of negate some attacks. So my general strategy with him is to keep away until he comes to these bottom ones, and I just kind of beat him in the head. Get rid of you. But it looks like there's a lot of possibilities for like really fun just combinations of goodies and stuff you can get during a run. There you are. So I'm still in the part where I can just kind of stand here and beat the hell out of him and not really have to worry about too much. So just I'll kind of let him just exist up there in the corner because I don't really care. I do like that the boss health bar takes up a entire chunk of the screen. It's very visually fun to watch it go down. I got a potato. Don't ask questions. So he dropped this. I can carry up to 3 of them. So these soul chips, you only are able to cash them in after you die. You can save and quit. But this dragon guy is pretty fun. But I'm going to go ahead and kill myself so you can actually see the process of going back in the tally screen. It's very much a Rogue Lite of, hey, you now have this. But it is very much a fun game. I'm enjoying it. Oh no, I'm gonna kill him and get those. Oh, sorry. The moment I try to kill myself, it doesn't work. The achievements aren't that terrible. It's like, hey, do the daily challenge. Hey, do so-and-so, get to this level, blah, 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 blah. Levels have seeds, kind of like Minecraft sort of thing. So this kind of just tracks everything like this. Shows your augments. And then they show like fun little comments and stuff that are weird. So now that I'm back here, I have 9. So I'm going to go down over here and like, hey, what is this? So I could be like, hey, if I wanted to, I can begin a room with the primary chest. Or I can upgrade my kitty boy. And of course, because I love my cat, we're going to upgrade that. So like I said over here, these are just different challenges. This is getting through quickly. The rush, I actually got all the way to the final boss fairly easily because once I toppled a boss, it was just a steamrolling effect of, hey, you now have a whole bunch of goodies built up. So I'll do a quick level with her just so you can see how different she is. I very much prefer Ace. Oop. Charge attack goes through multiple enemies. Oh, hit. But again, I can't. I know I've said it a lot. This game is very enjoyable. A very simple, if not at the start, easy Mega Man game. Like here, that randomness of hey, that's just gonna go up there and there's nothing over here now. But I've started to recognize certain areas, like I've seen them before, like chunks that I've done, like, hey, this looks familiar, kind of thing. Oh, I hate you, Light Man. I do remember that from one of the Mega Man games, just the disappearing platforms. Can't go through there, so I gotta back out through here. Yep. The random lever generation seems fine, except like that one weirdness, and I don't even. It probably was solvable, and I was just dumb. The deeper the bosses go, one of the levels has that giant face before. When I faced them last time, there were actually icicles shooting out of the wall while we were fighting. So it seems like they add more stuff as the stuff goes on to kind of spice it up, if that's a good way to say it. So this boss is kind of trivialized by her because this guy's main attack is, hey, I'm going to use close range attacks to attack you. What if I just kind of stand over here in a corner and just shoot you instead? Of course, I say that and come down here to play with me. So as you can see, since this is the first boss, those little plants aren't appearing in the valves or whatever those are. I'm gonna say it again, I like the boss design. It feels like the older Mega Man bosses before terrible things happened to the franchise. We all know what we're talking about. Axel's the only good thing that came out of that because he is fairly interesting with his ability, but that's about it. And then we pew, 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 pew. Pick that up and off we go. So if I had unlocked some of the other items, I might be able to, there's a chance that they would appear in there. So like we picked this up earlier, it was just a mortar, the same mortar. It's not a charge ability. These and keep moving. So again, I can pick my things. But this is 20XX of Rogue Lite with random level generation Mega Man inspired game. I'm digging it. Oh, we'll peace out with the kitty. Thank you, kitty. Oh, he's so happy. Thank you everyone for joining me. I'm ZeroJD. This was the X-Play Fans channel. This was 20XX. It's pretty good. I enjoy it, man.